Hello everyone, my name is Corazar, and welcome back to Vintage Story Desert Life, episode 296. This video was originally streamed live on YouTube on January 11th, 2026. I hope you enjoy the video. So I do want to go take a look at the design over at the Pan Era before we get started here. And the reason is, and someone brought it up in chat earlier, was I could steal the design for the Pan Era. And I was thinking about that this morning. I was thinking, like, in our little games lore here, what if when we designed the Pan Era, we had already been to this temple and we're like, oh, let's borrow that architecture. So what if, per the lore, if not the reality, what if we had borrowed the design of the pillars from the temple for the Pan Era and not the other way around? I don't dislike the idea. I really like the crisscross stuff here. But I wonder... So my concern with the crisscross idea is that I think it's a little too much blue and maybe a little too much bauxite for the area we're working with. I mean, like, the bauxite's going to stand out like a sore thumb, like crazy. How about replacing those towers with 4 of these in a square? Nah, they're a little too thin for that. Plus, we have some of the towers have internal structure to them that we need to keep, like for the ladder up and down. And the fact that they need to flare at the top in order to support the walkway. So I'm thinking at least this base pattern it's a good column base. I want to keep that. As for the middle area, use same shape but different colors. That's kind of what I'm leaning toward. Like maybe we do the crisscross out of like sandstone and andesite. But that makes me think of the floor over at the temple, the walkways. Let's go take a peek at those too. Isn't that what I used on the malachite pedestals? Yes. So those columns have a base and a crown of the same design, just different colors. Ooh. Ah, get off me. Or me get off. Of course, there's no floor in this arm, but... So this. So we already have a similar diamond pattern right here. So the question then is, I guess, we want to think about how these columns are going to work in conjunction with whatever floor we have. So, do we want to continue this floor inside, or is that going to be our outside only floor? And or do we kind of reuse that floor pattern for these columns here? Like, I feel like this would make a really nice design where we have a patterned base, you know, with the same, you know, same colors as the design over at the Pan Era, which was kind of the point of this, because it's a great color combo, and 2, it brings that same sort of deserty design over here. So we could have a patterned base with sandstone and bauxite. We could have like a bit of a deeper blue bit, maybe not repeating this chain pattern, but we could repeat some other pattern, and then have the bulk of the column be was a limestone base with the blue crisscross diamond shape. If we do, like, whichever one we do, let's say we bring the floor in here, we wouldn't want to do these in the same patterns and designs. I think it would look weird, dumb, too repetitive. It would look like somebody wearing like a full like herringbone suit or corduroy, you know, something with a pattern that's just great in a small amount, but too much when you have, you know, the full, you know, everything is covered in it. So I'm gonna take a quick hydration break here, just a moment. Okay. So yeah, so if we do the floor in that pattern, we don't want to do the columns in that pattern. If we do the columns in that pattern, we don't want to do the floor in that pattern. In which case we'll want to figure out something else for the floor. And I do kind of wonder if we do this pattern for these columns. I'm actually going to open this door and close this one since we're working over here. If we do this pattern on the columns, do we want to have a simpler pattern on the floor? And my thought here is that, you know, this is a temple to, you know, sun, water, air, and knowledge. So do we really want to have our acolytes and visitors staring at the beautiful floor as they come in here? Or do we want them to enter these doors and look up and see all these cool patterns and designs and colors? I guess patterns and designs are the same thing, but, you know, whatever. And sort of help draw their eye away from the floor and up into here. I'm kind of leaning toward that. And then we'd have like, I think we'd have like bordered zones in the floor where like this walkway might be a little more patterned than the rest of the floors. And the rest of them would kind of be like a border or a double border. You know, something like this, but different. And then just a large flatter expanse in between that leads you between different areas. So we'd have like a little, you know, like effectively a stone carved rug in the floor here, leading to here, that then would turn this way and lead you through these areas here. I'm kind of leaning toward that. I'm liking that the more I talk about it. So yeah, let's try something like this for the columns, and then we'll figure out the rest as we go. The next question will be, how tall we make the base of the column. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to probably bring down some of this. I think like when I have like this comes down to here for our pattern. That way we have 2 blocks here for whatever design is going to go in here. We'll want to think about how we connect these. So we might have to sort of design some kind of special little buttress under here. Do you want to draw their eyes to the pattern floor or ceiling mosaics? We're not doing ceiling mosaics, sorry. Now I want to draw their eyes toward the center of this. So when they look up, they're going to want to, you know, come up here and see what's going on here. So we'll still have 1, 2, 3, 4 patterned columns here. But then they want to come here and look up. And this section, we will do something fancier with the ceiling. The rest of the temple will mostly be, we'll be replacing or covering this design with sandstone. And in fact, because this is actually a subfloor, like this ceiling is currently a subfloor to the stuff going on top of it, which would be the, you know, compass rose pattern we have here. We can, for the most part, just dig all this out, except for where the gardens are, and replace it with whatever we need to. So that shouldn't be a problem. The gardens, problem. So I am thinking we're going to want to probably just keep this mostly as is and avoid digging into the ceiling, except for like in the center areas. All right. Well, let's just try. Let's go get some materials. Limestone and andesite. Let's see, a little bit of bauxite. And I think we're gonna avoid using the polished bauxite. So the columns over at the Panera use polished bauxite at the base. That's a bit too intense for here. I think we're gonna stick with the regular bauxite. So I think we're gonna want a little bit more of it. 18. All right, we can start with this. We can at least get, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we need a few more. A couple more. Let's grab you. We have bauxite up here. Hey there, Chisel and Amathea. Welcome. Oh, here we go. Was fretting over nothing. Midnight Munchie. Let's put you away, and we'll put you away. The wood. Probably you as well. Oh, do we have the hand planer? We do not. What about some of that? The graph. Okay. Okay, so. One thought is we could potentially snapshot you. I'm getting clever here. Getting clever, guys. And do this. Then we go and grab you. To rotate on this axis. Oh, and then like that. And then we can move 8. Okay. That would at least give us a pattern to work with and start from. Yes. I do think so. Maybe. We may have to dig out a lot more of this than I expected to. I mean, it's not a big deal. We'll just be chiseling in some of the andesite here. Yeah, he'll be fine. Oh, that was in response to you to Tizona yawning and Carp 42 saying they're contagious. Okay, let's try. That's 4 and 4. Probably should be more like 5 and 3. We'll try a 2. Another 2. We'll do 1s the rest of the way here. It looks reasonably round to me. Tell you what. We're going to take this down. Plop it on the floor. Right about here. We're going to put down a few of these. We're going to copy this sucker. Okay. I'm going to rotate you guys. And flip. See how round that is from above. That's pretty close. I think it needs to be just a little bit more... Oops, no, wrong button. Up we go. I wanted to kind of zoom. I'm actually going to put these in the center just so I can a better view. Better lighting too. That's really close. Yeah, so these parts right here are just a little bit too flat, but we can either bring them out. If we bring them out, the problem is we're going to want to put an extra block right there. I don't want that. So I think the better move is to actually push these all in a little bit so that there's a little bit less material right here on the very center. And that might even... That might even require pushing this in a little bit. So if you think about it, from the center of this circle to here is just over 1.41. Like to this corner, it's 1.41 blocks. So we're going to bring this from this center to out here to 1.41-ish blocks. Right now we're at 1.5 blocks. We bring it back, that's going to reduce it by 8.25%. So we're just a hair over that 1.41, which we're also just a hair over that 1.41 right on these little bits right here. So I think the play here, unfortunately, is going to be... actually, we can probably move this in so we can maintain this pattern's visibility. So if we just... Come here. Scooch. We're going to scooch you that way. But then we're going to bring these out a little bit. Just one. Island mode. I'm going to break this one so I can see what I'm doing here. Let's see what that does. Let's put you back. Where would you go? There you are. Okay. So we're gonna snap you. There we go. hammer. Right. It's a little lobular. Yeah, that's what we're avoiding here. Get fewer lobes. So, flip. So flip. I think it's still a little bit. It needs to come out. It needs to come in right there, I think. I mean, honestly, we're never going to notice it. Like, that's... From the side, that's pretty perfect. But I do feel like we could... see here. Yeah, we push that one back just one more. Whoops. Not like that. We push this back. That might feel a little... We'll see. Oops, I missed it, didn't I? I did. Darn it. I done goofed. No, I didn't. My goal here is to... I think I need to pull this out. That's what I need to do. Let's try that. No, that's even worse. Although, the issue could be that I'm not swoopy enough this way. Yeah, you know what? I think that's the case. I think this may be a little too wide here. Let's see. I think that's the play. All right, let's copy this. Let's give a spin. Flip. Whoops. Looks pretty round to me. Not too shabby. Then we can come in here with the andesite. Let's see. We're gonna do. Let's try that again. Come with the andesite. Oops. I may need to copy this pattern and borrow it from it. I'm going to just grab like a block out of here. Come with me. Okay, so we go over an extra one. Yeah, this might be a little tricky because we're now having to deal with this curve here, which could be interesting, to say the least. So let's see how well we do here. So we're effectively right here now. So we need to bring it down. Okay. See how this goes. Oops. That gets doubled up right here at the edge, okay? Let's see if this translates to here. We're going to flip. Or spin and flip. No, we are nowhere close. Wow. Okay, we're way off. Oh, you know what? No, I'm stupid. I'm a doof. We're working from this. This is the middle. This is the edge of the block. So we should be working from this way. Okay. So we really just need to, hopefully... Yeah, we'll see how that goes. I feel like this is going to be a little clunky looking, because it's going to stretch this design a little bit. That might be a little bit inevitable. I don't know, we'll see. Oh, darn it. Okay, so that should then be copyable to you. Then we can swish and flick. Okay, so that is going to be the downside to this pattern, is that from directly on like this, it'll look accurate, but it needs to be like, you know, shorter. It should be rolling around this a little shorter. So and I don't know that there's a graceful way to fix that. Oh, the middle's got too many voxels. Oh, you're right. Oh, you are right. Oh, gross. Oh, gross. So we would need to find... Okay, so the issue is that this is not a centered design. And I believe the reason is that... oh, I know why it's not. It's because we're trying to build an odd numbered design on an even number of pixels. Okay. You're right, this is pretty fat. How to fix that? Weird arms doing arm things. Let's get some pie real quick. While I think and shake my head. Did I put away all my boxes? No. Boxes are over yonder. They're over here. We have a few left that I just didn't place yet. So, we got 6 left. Alright, well that's interesting. So here's going to be the real challenge. Is that ideally we'd want the apparent size of this not to change as we walk around. It's like we have thinner here. So this is going to be, you know, roughly 1.4-ish times as wide as this. There isn't a great way around that except maybe finding a way to stretch this out a little bit. Trying to project the pattern around. If you shift by 2 voxels to correct, the pattern might not align with the other flat faces. Exactly. So what we could do is... Gosh, I don't know. Let's try for some optical illusions. This might go poorly. This could go horribly. So... Tell you what, I'm going to start by... Y'all are going to love this. We're going to copy this. And then we're going to, I think it's what? It's... Is it Control P? No. It's... I think I changed it. Let's see. Controls. It's just P. Okay. There we go. We're going to save this as column template 1. A template, column template, yeah, 1. It's fine. Save shape. Boop. So, oops. There it is. Okay. So when I really F this up, we'll be able to come back to it. So, first of all, whoops, darn it, I did it again. Let's see, we're going to chunk you out and replace you with the limestone. Oops. Stop it. So my thought here is we need to find a way to stretch this just a tiny bit. Or, oh, you know what else we could do? So we could stretch it, or we could try fattening it up and making it a little bit less notice, or a little chunkier. Option 2. So my initial thought is this. We're just going to do this here. We're going to commit to it temporarily, I think. Oh, no, you know what? Oh, we can try it. See if anybody notices. That is the secret to this. Okay. Secret is make this one 3 voxels. Yep, I saw that. Weird. Is there a rift out here? Nope, just decided. Okay, wonderful. Would a rope attached to a fixed point and to a stick to draw on the same wouldn't do in this situation? Well, ish. The problem is we're dealing with a circular design in a world of squares. So we're definitely doing round peg square hole operations here, and they're not the greatest. So we can't get rid of this being double thick here. The problem that I foresee here is that we're going to have thick, less thick, thinnest. But then again, we might not care that much. It might be fine. The situation didn't go in the square hole. I think I expanded the diamond on the wrong side. Well, if I expand it on this side, we need to really change the geometry of this diamond. That's really the issue here, is that, well, you know what we could do? You're right. You might be right about that. Tell you what, I'm going to copy this. We're going to plop it here. We'll give you a flip. We're going to try it from this side. Actually, we're going to also copy... Yeah, we'll recopy this once we finish what I'm thinking here. So what if we actually narrow this down? Oh, yes. Let's try this. Nope, wrong button. Okay, so we do that. Darn it. I was doing replacing the same color the entire time. And nobody yelled at me. Okay, so then... Oops. So we still have the problem of this sort of expanded center here. It also might just be that the size of our diamond here just is not right for the amount of space we have. Which is probably the real answer right there. Because the reality is that this is not a symmetrical design. Well, yeah, it's not symmetrical. We could not flip it this way and have it look right. Problem is, here, we needed to do that. Which is why we're doing all these silly adjustments along the way. Oh, sorry, emergency water break. All right, so let's think about this. Let's... Yeah, I don't really want... I don't want to expand this even more, because this is sort of a maximum of three blocks wide. We've already hit that maximum. The only other way to change that would be to alter the angle of this diamond here. But that means also altering the angle of this, and probably of this, honestly. Tell you what. Let's copy you to here. I'm going to copy you here. All right, so due to the original geometry of this design here, you can ignore this block over here. Okay, we'll just plop you again, plop you there, give you a spin. There we go. So our options here are, we have either a slightly wider diamond on the 45-degree side, or we have a slightly wider stripe somewhere. So in this case, I put it here and here. So this would end up being kind of bigger than I like it to be. And now this diamond is smaller than these guys. So I'll put a quick, you know, I'm not going to put a poll. I'm deciding, I think this is more livable for me. I prefer this over this. This is just, Let's go ahead and we're going to grab this again. We're just going to copy it everywhere. We'll do our thing. Oops. It's all done. Don't know if you can describe your thought. Expand the diamond away from the center and on the corner do 1 instead of 2. Okay, so the problem with that is we don't have a piece here to do that with. So it's 2 because this is here's a new block. So here's the block. There's no central piece here on the corner. Now we could do that. That would require either chopping it back to reveal this piece right here, which would be an issue with ladder, or we'd have to bring out the design by 1 voxel into a new block. That's doable, but I really want to avoid it because it's a real pain in the butt. So I think for the sake of my sanity, I'm going to go with this, even though we could, yes, you're right, we could make it slightly more perfect or slightly less imperfect by bringing this out 1 more voxel, adjusting the whole circle to fit it, and then having that centerpiece. We could then, you're right, do basically a single voxel stripe there. Wait, something didn't copy here. Oh, I did. Okay, I did expand this one. That's what I did. Okay. Yeah, I just think that's about as perfect as we're going to get it. Just because we didn't redesign the entire geometry for this, and I don't have the degree in math needed to do that. Like, I'm sure there's a way to design a diamond pattern like this, that's centered like this, and refit it by making it maybe a little taller, a little wider, one of the two, to get it to go the whole way around. But I think, as far as my tiny brain can do it, this is about as close as we can get. Yeah. So, that's what we'll do. I think I'm happy with that. And it's the kind of thing where, like, when you're standing here walking through, it won't be noticeable. It's only when you look close and inspect and look for flaws that we'll see it. Yeah, you can kind of see it if you look close. Alright. So let's go ahead and we're going to grab this guy. These in 1 by 1, I think. An artist will see their flaws, but 99% of the time we won't see them. Exactly. That's kind of my thought here. That's going to be... There'll be an issue for me and me only. And you guys. Specifically you guys. Anybody actively watching this stream. Or maybe some of the viewers of the videos. Oops. At least it's symmetrical. That tends to be what will bug people the most. Yeah, exactly. But I heard a creature. And so now we have a much tighter design here. Oh, that's... You know what? That looks great. That's going to look terrific, I think. And that will go basically... Yeah, and we might fiddle with this. I might actually bring the base up like 1 more block before starting this design, but I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, that's going to look great. And it'll give so much more visibility because look how much extra visibility this was blocking here. It's basically over half a block. Because this is now 1.41, so we got 0.59 blocks of visibility back. And that's going to be times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 standing right here. 10, 11, 10. 10. Tina Kinkenny, you made it just in time to say goodbye. Oh no. Well, folks, we made a lot of progress today, but it is 1 o'clock. That means it's time for me to go and get some lunch and then get to editing, which is quick. I'm going to put that block back in place first. Let's go do that. Block. There we go. That way it doesn't bother me in the outro. So much better. Well, folks, hope you enjoyed the stream and the designing of our little cellar and our storage area. Well, the bulk plopping down of trunks in our storage area. And I hope you enjoyed the fiddling with the design of these columns. I think on Wednesday we will have another chores stream. We do have a lot of clay forming to do yet, so work on that. And then I might, if we finish that, we'll start moving some stuff over. I think, as was mentioned, leaving the vicinity of a active beehive kiln is not wise. So I think we'll have to stick around the oasis, which means probably it'll be some smithing, maybe some steelworking, maybe even turning some of those copper plates into lanterns, and/or we could also make some more candles. So we get plenty of stuff to do while we are waiting for our kiln to finish. But folks, that's going to do it for today. Hope you all enjoyed, and as always, my name is Hazman Kurazar. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.